So I just went live on YouTube.
Okay.
Hopefully we look good. And now I need to go live on Facebook.
All right, I'm live on the book, ma'am.
Live on the book, Revolution Campfire.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
La, 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 la.
All right.
Unique New York.
Hey, well, I'm setting this up. Can you wander around behind the GoPro and look at the picture?
Sure. Love to.
Just see how we're looking on there?
Perfect.
Is it? Okay.
Yep,
I figured with the wide angle, how could we go wrong?
Good to go.
All right. I should have done all this before clicking live on everything. Yeah.
Hi, Aunt Cindy.
Hi, Aunt Cindy. Feel like there's something I'm missing.
Aunt Cindy, you come and do our campfire? We have a Revolution campfire camp out.
The first ever.
First ever on the 26th of August. It's in Warsaw. We're going to have a big bonfire. If you got some like books or something you want to burn, throw them in there. We're going to have a camp out. You don't have to stay for the entire night, but you're welcome to, with either tents or campers, sleep in your pickup truck bed, whatever.
Yep.
Plan on having some people over.
We'll have a porta potty.
Yeah, we're actually having a porta potty.
Yeah.
So it's an above average camp out, we'll say. And it's free.
How do you go wrong with free?
Bring your own stuff.
Some snacks, some food. I'll set some stuff out.
Yeah, and I'll bring, I usually bring like a few cases of water, just have that laying around.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, but bring whatever you want. I'll probably bring out like a fruit tray or something.
We do have an ice machine.
Oh, beautiful.
In the fridge and on the counter. So we're doubled up on the ice.
Perfect.
Absolutely. And I have another one that is in our camper we can set up.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have ice.
Perfect. We got ice.
All right, we are live across the board. You want to give them a brief synopsis before we start the recording for the pod?
Brief synopsis of what?
Basically, everybody who's logged on before and the ones who are logging on fresh, we're Revolution Campfire.
Yeah, this is Revolution Campfire. Go to revolutioncampfire.com. You can pick how you listen to your stuff. You can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, X, whatever it's called now.
Yeah, you know what this... Yeah, have you seen the X?
No.
So if you take...
Is it a cool X?
It's all right.
Because I use X almost every day.
If you... I'm going to let that go. If you put the X and then flip another X onto it, it's the Mason sign.
Okay.
And I find that hysterical because he's a Mason. Like, I want to know if, he plotted that out. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, we're live on YouTube. We're live on 2 different Facebook streams, and we're about to record. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Revolution Campfire. This is BK the Myth and your host, Alex, the RV Man Rose.
Hello, everyone. Today's podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about AI.
Yep.
Going to talk about the Barbie movie?
Our weekends.
Right, our weekends.
Yep.
I went to a concert. I started a new job. It's going very well.
All right, let's take these one by one.
Yeah, so we're going to start, I'm going to start with a charity.
Okay, that's a good place to start.
I went and saw Godsmack and Stained yesterday. A great show.
How were they? They were good?
Yeah, it sounded just like on the album.
Godsmack's been around for a long time.
25 years.
Okay.
Yep.
So I wasn't wrong when I remember listening to him as a kid.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep, 25 years they've been around. So they have a charity called Scars Foundation. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's good for like anti-suicide, anti-bullying. They help you if you're going through some of these things.
Some
mental health issues.
Okay.
A lot of mental health issues. There's some like chemical imbalances. Like people will do and say stupid things and possibly potentially harmful to themselves or other people.
But we're not all right in the head.
But it's okay. You can go see a psychiatrist.
They got all the medications out there for it now.
It's not like nobody talks about it, right?
Well, I don't think
openly talks about it, but most people I know, I think, are on something.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I don't think it has the stigma that it used to.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, because way back when, like my grandfather's era, if you had like some kind of mental illness, they put you in an asylum.
Yeah.
And now, like, I love the groups like this one that
or they just say, "Oh, this guy's crazy,"
right, and then write him off.
Without medication, who knows?
Absolutely, but bringing the awareness to mental illness so people don't have to feel the stigma and they can seek the help they need, I think is a wonderful thing. What's the name of the charity?
It's called the Scars Foundation.
Okay.
Yep.
We should put a link in the bio, so if anybody wants to get more information or donate, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so check it out. It's not a bad thing to go if life's not perfect.
No.
You know, psychiatrist, therapist, whatever. I never thought I'd be seeing either until recent injury, whatever, but
Sure.
It's okay. Scars Foundation, the charity for Godsmack, nonprofit, everything else. So I was at the Godsmack and Stain show.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool. Stain, the first single they came out with was called Mud Shovel.
I remember that.
And it was just a kick-ass song.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. And listening to them and they didn't play it, I'm like, well, whatever, I guess.
Right.
They ended with it, which was really cool.
How do they not?
They have a lot of songs, a lot of good ones.
Right.
But that was like their first single that came out. Great.
Awesome.
It was a fantastic moment.
So was that your favorite part of the show?
They had a drum, duel.
Okay.
There was 2 rotating drum sets.
Really?
Yep, they did some back and forth, call and response stuff. They played a little bit of Frankenstein.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
A little bit.
It's like a 70s song. Edgar Winter, I believe.
No, I've heard it, but I couldn't rattle it off for you right now. I just know I've heard it. I had a friend of mine that was a drummer similar to you.
There's no words.
No, I mean I've heard.
It's an instrumental.
Yeah, I've
and
heard
it's dueling drum sets.
Yeah.
They had one there. It was pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So a couple of things I know you couldn't go to concerts for a year or two, whatever it was, COVID.
Yeah.
And they talked a little bit about that, and it was pretty funny. A lot of other things have changed too. Like this kid from the One, and we were in seats, but we went to the back edge of the seats along the bar or whatever's there, right? The handrail.
Yep.
And we're just hanging out there. Some kid from the Lawn comes down and goes under the handrail into the paid area.
Okay.
And this guy, security, whatever, is this little 20-year-old kid,
right.
100 pounds, whatever.
Sure.
And he comes up and he's like, hey, man, you can't be doing this, and that. Long story short, they just let him go.
Yeah, no conflict?
I didn't see nothing, yeah.
It's like those gas station stuff that fire their employees if they try to stop a shoplifter. Everything's so...
Well, no. This is... Forget employees and shoplifting.
Okay.
This is a guy, breaking into the part that he didn't pay for, right?
Yeah, but that's my point, though. Why would security let him go?
This is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Before COVID, life was a little bit different.
Oh, they'd rough them up.
No. The kid would have been, tackled by a defensive end-looking guy.
Son of a gun.
And, the guy would have had to be taken out in a stretcher.
Yeah.
Now it's oh, yeah, go ahead, Bill. I was thinking about it, too. Pickpocketing.
Yeah.
Is that a thing of the past?
I don't know.
Because pickpocket, right? And I'm thinking about this because I'm, being aware in things, right?
Sure.
My surroundings, and is there a chance of getting pickpocketing? I got a little, on my shorts, a little, button that you can close. Mm-hmm. So I close the button, and I figure I'd be good, right?
Right.
But I'm thinking about it, do people still pickpocket? Is this still a thing?
I mean, I imagine there probably is.
But there's so much less cash, even almost no cash.
This is true.
I think pickpocketing has gone away from pickpocketing and to, online scams.
Makes sense.
And I think it's a lot less skill, I believe, to do it online than it is to actually pickpocket. The art, a lot of art forms are disappearing.
Makes sense because there's people used to carry around a bunch of cash. Nowadays, if somebody picks your cards out, they'll be canceled by tomorrow and you get all your money back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take the cards,
Right.
But I just thought that was interesting.
And I think it's interesting too. I never would have thought about that.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a good art form, but it's talented, it's skilled,
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say?
Remember that guy a couple weeks ago that sent all those random and crazy messages up here? Yeah, he hit one up again that I think just got deleted because it went away. But Chris commented on it.
OG, that's me.
Oh, okay. I thought he was commenting. The guy said something about he's listening to us with his big toe in his mouth or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Anyway,
we have some interesting followers.
What's up, Chris? What's up, OG?
How you doing, bud?
All right, what you got, man? You got some AI stuff?
Well, yeah, but I want to chat about my weekend first.
Oh yeah, of course.
A little bit of last week. I don't know if anybody's seen the Barbie movie yet.
I haven't yet.
And well, you're not missing anything. Just disclaimer: I have a 4-year-old little girl, so it wasn't like I was sent out on my own way.
Yeah, so he said, "Baby, I'll be back. Give me an hour and 31," and she stayed home.
So So we go to see the Barbie movie. Now everybody was like in an uproar when it came out that it was all like women's power. The men were all made to look stupid, and they complained about it. I didn't care about that at all because I recognized I went to see a movie made by Mattel. Yeah, but it was horrible. The movie itself was horrible.
What was the budget?
Well, I mean, they put some real money into it. They had Will Ferrell.
Okay.
I mean, there was, and to be honest with you, I kind of wanted to go because Will Ferrell was in it.
Right, I can see that, yeah.
So, like, I mean, I've never really seen anything bad with Will Ferrell. He's in it for a total of about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Those 4 minutes weren't horrible, but, like, we get halfway through a movie that just completely, I felt dumber after watching, and halfway through it, Penny, the 4-year-old, she's out like a light in my lap, so I can't even go anywhere. And I sat through 2 hours of my life I'll never get back and lost at least 15 IQ points.
Well, you know what? It's for your daughter, right?
It was. I don't want to ruin the end of the movie for anybody who wants to go out and see it, but the end of the movie was just like, really? Wow. I gotta go.
Okay.
I mean, it was like that.
Okay.
So there's my Barbie movie from last week with Penny, and I would have rather been a Godsmack.
Well, such is life.
It is. So moving on, one of the things I wanted to chat about, and we had an episode about AI before.
Correct.
And it's very prominent right now. It's getting better every day.
It's evolving.
It's evolving, exactly. There's more stuff coming out with AI, and what really caught my eye was, I think you heard about it because we talked about it briefly, but they have this security bot in Ohio, actually.
They called it a RoboCop.
They called it a RoboCop, and it's crazy because it's there for public safety and to fight crime, is what they said, in Crocker Park, Ohio.
That's wild.
Have you ever heard of Crocker Park?
No.
Neither had I, so I looked it up. It's outside of Cleveland. It's this open air shopping market that this thing patrols.
Okay.
They got about 2,000 people in the whole town, and they got this robot. So I hear fight crime in an AI robot. Naturally, I think Terminator, and I'm worried.
Yeah.
So this is how it fights crime. It has a 360-degree view, so you can see every angle through a regular camera and a thermal camera. And what it does is it looks for anomalies or suggested criminal activity, and then I can't even say this with a straight face. It comes equipped with an intercom to call security.
Boy.
That's how it fights crime.
Well, they might as well take this thing and have it sweep the aisles at Tops.
They might as well. And it's like because I looked at pictures of this thing just because I had to know whatever I could. There's not a lot of info, but it looks like a traffic. If they took R2-D2 and mated it with a traffic cone, but kept it the colors of R2-D2, but shaped like a cone,
Okay.
the bastard child would be this safety robot.
That doesn't sound like it's making a difference whatsoever.
So
I guess I don't understand the point of this besides maybe tax dollars haven't been spent yet.
This thing,
Hey, we got some extra money in the fund. Let's get this robot that does absolutely nothing for us.
So they didn't tell the public. This area of about 2,000 people live in this town, Crocker Park. They didn't tell anybody. They just put it out on the street one day to bop around. So the news channel interviewed all sorts of people, and one guy goes, "Well, I was startled at first, but there's good writing on it, so I understood what it was." They interviewed another lady that looks and she goes, "I may drive to Cleveland to go shopping ever again."
It's wild, man. It's wild.
So apparently it went off with its intercom system because it saw some people in an area they weren't supposed to be in. They weren't employees.
Okay.
So this thing is as loud as a fire horn. You ever heard the fire sirens go off in small towns?
Yeah, fire station down the street.
I'm gonna do the best impression I can. Security! Unauthorized access! Unauthorized access!
I would get out just to stop hearing that thing.
I think I would jump the fence just to set it off and then run like heck.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no. All of our free time.
It scared the crap out of
All of our free
everybody.
time would go to just messing with this thing. I'd be taking my drone, Taking like a red cloth, running it by it. Hopefully, like it acts like a bull at that point. I don't know.
I wonder what happens if, because like it's 360-degree view, or like these cameras like our GoPro there.
Can it look straight up?
You know, I don't know.
That could be its weakness.
Because it has a camera on every side.
I dropped down with a drone and a small explosive.
Oh, now you're talking about damaging city property.
No, I'm talking about getting rid of this thing. It's wasting my tax-paying dollars.
It doesn't have any arms. Just throw a sheet over it.
I don't know, man.
But it's funny because this is like the first step in like which brings me to my next point actually. They have an active AI robot out in public, and like some restaurants have that waiter now that'll come around with your food.
Okay.
Have you seen those yet?
No.
I saw one in Rochester 6-7 months ago, and I saw on the news there's one out here. But these things are getting integrated into public.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Well, it's taking jobs away. Yeah, granted, it's making AI jobs, whatever, but it's taking like the blue collar jobs away.
Well, that's the thing. It's creating jobs for people that have degrees and that kind of stuff. It's a robot narc, Chris says.
Robot narc. Winner. Ding, 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 ding.
But it's creating jobs like in Silicon Valley for people with 4, 5, 6 years of experience and/or degrees. It's not creating it for the everyday man. It's taking jobs away because it's automating everything, where AI is handling it, kind of like the production line and Ford changed the way cars happen. They don't need. That's what crashed Detroit. You know, because they could do it all with the robotic arms.
Right.
Speaking of robotic arms. My next point.
Nice transition.
Thank you, sir. In Sweden, they just did a groundbreaking surgery. And they put on a bionic arm on an amputee. So I guess they put bionic hands on before, like if your arm was like amputated here.
Okay.
And they can link it to the muscles so you have partial control.
Right, I've heard something like that.
But if you're amputated above the elbow, there's really not much to link it to. So this guy got a surgical implanted bionic like hand and like forearm.
Right.
That's ran by AI, and he has full functionality of it. Like pick up his coffee, slice his veggies.
Wow.
The whole nine. This happened in Sweden the beginning of July.
What if he's sitting at home lonely? And never mind.
What is... Moving on. I gotta steal your line.
You're good.
Thank you. So
what else you got?
As I'm doing my research on AI to chat about stuff, I actually